In this video, you will learn how simple it can be to light up your scene in Blender. The kind of lighting we'll be focusing on, though, is three-point lighting. For this scene, I've set up my subject standing upon a rock looking brave or triumphant. I'll let you see it in the solid viewport shading. Turn off X-ray. See, there he is. Now it looks good, but I can really do this pose justice by giving him a warm, cinematic lighting setup. Let's go ahead and get started with that. Going to Add, then Light, you can see our list of lights that we have to choose from. There's Point, which emits light from a single point in space, Sun, which casts a parallel light source towards a specific direction, Spot, which emits a cone of light much like a spotlight, and Area, a light source emitted from a flat plane. With a couple of these lights, we're going to create a three-point light setup, which consists of three lights: the key light, the fill light, and the rim light. These three lights will be fulfilling specific roles. The key light is usually here on the front of the character, dominating most of the subject that our camera can see. It's the main light, so it's taking care of a majority of the responsibility in lighting the character up and showing us what he's doing. The fill light will typically be somewhere around here, the opposite of the main light. Now, if we decided to put the key light over here shining this way, that would mean that the fill light is going to exist around here shining this way. Its purpose is to fill in parts of the character that still appear dark. And last but not least, the rim light will be in the back. It's going to create an outline of the character to help separate it from the backdrop, this big planet here. So let's go to Add Lights and start with an area light to act as our key light. I'm going to bring it up here, and I'm just going to pull it a little ways up here. And I'm going to watch this line here because that will be the center point of the light itself. And it's going to go right through our character, like so. Let's turn on the render property so we can watch it. And I'm going to turn the intensity up. There we go. There it is. Let's go into the camera here. Now the fill light is going to be on the other side of them where there's still a lot of dark spots. You see right here, here, and here. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this guy. Control D, and I'll bring it over here and just put it right around this. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit more so it goes past that rock. I'm going to go ahead and name these guys too so that we know where they are. You may actually want to consider putting all of your lights in a collection, so it's a lot easier to keep them together. I'm just going to right-click on this, type in New Collection. There it is. Drag them right in, and I'll just go ahead and call this Lights. I can even turn them off, all of them, if I want to. All right, let's go ahead and make that rim light. I'm just going to duplicate this one more time and bring it here in the back. I think I would like it to be in the bottom. We're going to have a chance to change all of this. Definitely looks like I'm getting a rim there. Do you see that? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Do you see that outline right there? That is exactly what the rim light is supposed to do. So it's during this part of the lighting process that I want to start making changes to the intensity and the placement of my three lights. Since I have all of these named correctly, I can go in and start changing the intensity here. Now the fill light is supposed to handle what the key light is unable to touch. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the rim light so we can pay closer attention. And the fill light is typically dimmer because if we bring it all the way up here, there really isn't that much separation. It's almost like he has just one light on him. So we don't want it to be completely off. We just want there to be some. And that's a good balance. Luckily, with area lights, I can actually change the size of them as well, so I can cover a wider area. But as I do that, the light might lose some of its intensity, so I have to bring it up some. I can also change the shape of the light, turn it into a disc right here, and that actually changes the reflection that I'm getting. So that might be something for you to consider. Let's turn the rim light back on, because I'd like to pay a little bit of attention to that. From here, we can make it a little bit bigger. And as you can see, with a much bigger area, the rim light becomes more intense. Now, it might be a little bit too much. It's looking like it's drawing a white outline around them. That's probably not what we want. We want only just a little bit. In fact, from what I see in the... Yep, you see that? There's a star. So we can use that as a bit of inspiration. And we'll put the rim light right there so it looks like the light of that star is actually affecting it. We're not going to stop there, though. Take a look at here. We can actually change the color of these guys. I can make this more blue, so we have a more cinematic shot, or any other cool color. It feels like purple might be where it's at, so I'm gonna keep to that. And the fill light can be something different. I can actually make it red. Let's see what it looks like with red. Oh, do you see? Oh, that's nice. So it looks like that extra light there is coming from the planet. I want to bring his roughness down, though. Well, that roughness. What about this? Ah, that's better. I thought he was just a little bit too glossy there. So while setting up lighting, you might actually gain an opportunity to go back to your character's material and change a few things up. And if their materials are pretty basic, like this guy right here, it's easy to change them. I can make this more metallic if I so choose. And I gotta say, that looks much better. Now, we can also take this opportunity to change the form of our lights as well. If you noticed, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the key light one more time. I like what the fill light is doing, so I won't change it. But the key light, I would like there to be something a little bit more. I can actually add a sun this way. I can change the form of this area light into a sun. And that looks pretty powerful. I'm probably going to have to bring it down some. Let's start with 10. And let's just see what it gives us. So now I am able to include the rocks in my lighting setup. You can do it by... You can include the rocks by adding more lights, but using just one to start with is not too bad at all. Now, even though it's called 3-point lighting, that doesn't mean you can't add more lights to the scene. So for example, there have been instances in my project where the rim light I have isn't doing enough to draw an outline around my subject, at least not the kind of outline that I want. So what I did was actually duplicate the original rim light so that I have 2 to work with instead of just the 1. I can go ahead and do that right now. Duplicate that. I have a soft outline here, but what if I wanted to add just a little bit more and I want to bring it down some? Like so. Let me change the specular on these rocks. I'm pretty sure that'll help us out. So now with that extra rim light, I actually have more of an outline here, and it looks pretty good. The fill light can also get a bit of help if it needs it. So if there are some parts of the subject that are just too dark, say right here on the top of his hand, and I don't feel like changing the pose or adjusting the single fill light, I could just go ahead and make a duplicate and turn that into a point light. Get this fill light, duplicate it, bring it in close, and then I'll turn it into a point. I'll get it right here. So now we have more light coming to the top of this hand. I can bring the intensity down a little bit. Doesn't have to be too powerful. And the rock here is also getting a little bit more love, so that's good. Let's go ahead and make sure that this rock is okay as well. Get a little color in there. These lights right here aren't necessarily part of the main 3-point light setup. They're really just coloring the rest of the rocks here. Also, since we've gone ahead and named these guys and put them in a collection, even though we're duplicating a bunch of them, they're still assigned their roles based on their names. So it's easy to sort through them. If I wanted to turn off one rim light and just see how another one looks by itself, I can do that. Also go in here and make this a little weaker, like so. It's always a balance. You're always going to be playing with it. The more time that you spend adjusting all of this lighting, it's time well spent, I promise. So with what you put together so far following this tutorial should make you feel pretty good. A lot of work does go into lighting. As a result, a lot of crafty programmers take on the task of making lighting easier using add-ons. In this last part of the video, I'm going to show you one of them. The Digital Media Institute has created an add-on specifically for lighting, and here it is, LumiGEN. It's an extremely useful tool. With it, I can create a quick and easily manageable 3-point lighting system. I can also add quick fog and a quick floor plane to rest my subjects on if I need it. And all of this can be edited in real time from the add-ons toolbar. So I'm going to make sure that the render settings are set to Eevee, and I'm going to generate a studio lighting setup. And click the button, there you have it. There's our key light, and this is them in the outliner. And they're also bound to a lighting target, which is right here. So if you need to make adjustments on where they're pointing, that'll take care of it. Let's just turn on solid real quick. There's our key light. It's kind of in the wrong direction. I'll just put this guy here. Our backlight, rim light, will be right over here. And we'll just put our fill on this side. So with these guys here in the toolbox, I can see what the color looks like. I can change the intensity pretty easily for the key light. And I can change the color. So I can bring it down to here. The fill light I can make red. Turn up the intensity if I need to. I could probably bring this over here. There's our backlight. Let me just go ahead and select that guy and move him over here. So this add-on is incredibly useful and very convenient. Okay, so that's basic 3-point lighting for you. No matter how you get there, whether it's from scratch or with an add-on, you now understand that lights can have specific roles, and those roles are important. You also understand how color plays a huge part in making your characters pop. I hope this encourages you to spend more time lighting up your scenes, because no matter how well your subject looks or how amazing your scene is set up, it won't go very far without proper lighting. With all that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.